Hey there, welcome to day 21 of our Get Up and Go February 2021 30 plus day challenge. Now this is the 6th time we've done the Get Up and Go challenge. Last year during the pandemic, when the pandemic hit, we were, me especially, and the family were like, what are we going to do now? What is going to happen? What do we need to do to get through this pandemic in the best way we possibly can? Now that was back when we thought it was only going to be a couple of weeks that we were going to be shut down and locked down, and that turned into a month, and then 3 months, and then 6 months, and here we are in February of 2021, still in various degrees of lockdown and, you know, spending time primarily at home. And it can take a toll. It can take a toll on all of us. You know, in winter in Wisconsin, where I'm from, we always get cabin fever. Now, COVID has made it like a perpetually, you know, never-ending cabin fever. If you know what that feels like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, today we're still working on our SOAP framework, and we're talking about our area of finances. One of the areas that has been changed and hit most for millions and millions, if not billions of people, has been our financial health, our financial situation. So yesterday we talked about our situation and our story, and we used the framework, one of my favorites, the journalistic framework, who, what, where, when, why, and how. And as I went through that, I determined that in 2021, I want to double my income, double the income that I made from in 2020. I want to double that in 2021. Unlike a lot of people, my income was not negatively impacted in 2020 for a lot of reasons. I'd been online for a couple of years and I was doing things like that, but I want to double it this year. So how am I going to go about that? Well, the O in our SOAP framework is the answer to that. And I'm going to teach you a tool today that's one of my favorites, learned from one of my favorite people online, Jim Edwards. And I want to give him credit for this particular tool because I learned it from him, and I probably embellished it a little, but the foundational tool I learned from him. And it's called, I call it PVM. He calls it a power vision movie. And what it is it's a visualization tool. It's a way of visualizing what we want, but actually putting it on steroids and supercharging it. And I love this tool, and I use it for a lot of different areas and aspects of my life. But for this particular exercise, we're going to use it for the area of our finances. Well, what the heck's a power vision movie, Sharon? What does that even mean? Now, have you ever gone to a movie and you're sitting in the movie, and this works the same way with books. You're reading a book and all of a sudden you realize that you feel like you are the hero or heroine in the book. You feel like you are the hero or heroine in the movie, and you're experiencing the movie and the environment of it as if you are the main character. You're experiencing the feelings. That's why we cry in movies, some of us. That's why we cry. That's why we feel different emotions. That's why we get upset when bad things happen to the star or the main characters in the movies that we're in. Because we're putting ourselves in the feeling, and that's exactly what movies are intended to do, is to make us feel as if we are the character in the movie. Make us feel something or learn something about ourselves as we experience that movie. So a power vision movie, we are going to imagine and think about our desired story, our desired financial state, exactly as we want it. And we're going to put ourselves into a movie or a scene or a situation that we are able to experience the feeling of already having the thing that we want and living in it now in our imagination. So we're going to visualize, and maybe we're going to visualize, let's see, if I'm going to double my income, and I used to visualize cars and things, but now I don't care about cars since I don't drive these days. I guess I could visualize being chauffeured around in a Rolls Royce or something. That would be pretty sweet. But we want to visualize ourselves in a scene that represents to us the feeling of the financial end game that we want to experience on a regular basis. So we want to paint the picture using as many of our senses as we can. We want to see what's there. We want to smell what's there. We want to feel and touch different things. We want to include all of our senses, and then we especially want to include our feelings. How do we feel being in that particular scene? How do I feel in the backseat of that car, sinking into the leather, the new car smell, you know, maybe there's snacks that I can taste there, or water, or champagne. I'm not a big champagne drinker, but that would make the experience pretty cool. But what are all the details? And the more details I can add, the more I will feel like I'm actually experiencing that right now. Well, what happens between where I am right now and that picture? If I paint that picture and I review that picture and I play that movie over and over again in my mind, feeling the feelings of what it feels like to actually have my end game, my things that I want with respect to my finances, guess what? It creates this tension between where I am and where I want to be. And all of a sudden, the world and the things I do, my choices, my decisions, the actions I'll take start to pull me quicker and quicker and quicker to make that my reality. So Power Vision movie, I don't know if I did a very good job explaining this. If you have questions, ask me in the comments below. But today, all you need to do is think about what it feels like, what it's like. Put yourself in that scene. And then out of that scene, start to make a list of possible options, possible things that you could do to get you from where you are now to where you want to go. So I'm going to visualize myself at double my income. I'm going to put myself in a scene. I'll have to think about it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to put myself in the scene of what that looks like and what that feels like. Now, I picked a shorter term goal. I want to double my income by the end of 2021. That's a little bit different than putting yourself in that ultimate end game that you want. Say you're starting a business and this is what the end game of what you want your business and your life to look like because you started that business. I do this both for short-term goals and for long-term goals. I do it as just a little exercise for, like, to me, the end of the year is a short-term goal. So I do it for that, but I also do it for my overarching big goals of what I want to accomplish in the world. You know, who am I? What do I look like? How do I want to be? That you can use it for all different things. You can use it to help you achieve small things, and you can use it to help you achieve great things. I say today we're going to use it to help us get our financial goal. Whatever our financial story is now and what we want it to be, we're going to use it for that. So today our action item is to do this. Practice doing a Power Vision movie and trying this tool on. Again, it's just one specific type of visualization that I find to be extremely powerful and very, very effective. It's very, very effective in moving me, at least, and the people that I know that do it, along really, really quickly toward what it is that we want. And then all you have to do in the action for your action today is share in the comments below 3 things that you could possibly do to get you from where you are to where you want to be. So I'll share 3 things that I know I could possibly do to double my income. Now I'm going to make a list of a lot more than 3 things, but I'm just going to start making a list of it. I'm going to start thinking of brainstorming. I love brainstorming. We know that. All the things that I could possibly do as I do this visualization. And what I like to do the visualization, the Power Vision movie, is it gives me all kinds of ideas and it opens me up from a different perspective. So now I'm looking at my current situation from a different point of view than being in it and inundated with all the emotions. Because sometimes our current situation is really not good and we don't want to be there. And so we're getting inundated with all the negative feelings. Well, trying to create options and possibilities with those negative feelings is really challenging. But if I put myself in the feeling state of where I want to be, as if I've already achieved it, I can see all the different paths and possibilities, or not all of them, but I can sure see a lot more than I can than when I'm in this state. So that's it for today. Power Vision movie, we're doing the options aspect of our SOAP framework with respect to our finances. If you need any help with this, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below or direct message me. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow for the A in our SOAP framework. And we will talk about what comes after we look and explore and come up with different possible options for how we can deal with this financial story we're telling ourselves, our financial situation. All right, have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.